Yeah, you can sit there. Yeah, that's okay. Relax, okay? Take it easy. 是吧？好的，对的。谢谢。Okay, playable.
You need purple.
Hello, Sarah. Emma.
Yeah.
Emma.
Purple.
Enjoy your here. Very good.
차원도걸
나
차원도게
가지 못다. 다 가시오래. 가야 못다. 인주.
Well, just don't know how to do. Then move the mic.
Excuse me.
Move the mic.
Where do you move? Outside, not inside. Okay. Okay. No problem. Okay. Better?
Okay.
야, 우두에. 야단 그래.
주점 데 맨디키트 이게스도 맨디키트 콘소마지티 가서 당당 되는 마르치티
나를 그래.
맨디로
그래.
맨디
맨데르.
나
제가 동수 말해.
막 샤자로야 샤자로샤
아,
샤자로샤
예.
예스
얘기잖아. 배대야슈. 아니 부분이 대출시하네. 우도아. 이 나 디아스피. 나 디아프야. More space. 대체. 내가 동말다. 제 부분이 하셔서 어디
당고도 시갈
글쎄, 우도아.
Okay, good morning everyone. This morning I am chanting master of Tibet and Bala chanting master of English, letter different than usual. So once in Tibet and twice in English, some they repeat 3 times verses. Dongaradange, Nyurudalaname, Andabarazuve, Chanjur, Rinpoche, Dobraja. English Bala. Yeah.
With all enemies who hate me, hinderers who harm me, and those who obstruct my liberation and omniscience foremost, may all mother sentient beings equal to space have happiness, be free of suffering, and quickly attain precious, unsurpassed, perfect, complete enlightenment.
Tie do san ma je brat lunga ye zong ge wa la go ma ye bar do lunga ye ge wa la go de re ne son de nye ma san da zam je brat lunga ye zong ge wa la go.
To this end, I apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue until Buddhahood. I apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue until death. I apply my body, speech, and mind to virtue from today until tomorrow at this time.
Nam gen da da nyam be sem gen dam je chu chu du zon te je je ba dam je go zon do yon den de le dam je ngo wo chu je bom bo don da je za yen jen bao bie gen de dam je nga da chen jen za wa ra da ju ba ra je Pananda Lama Damba Namla Jobza Jo Ye Dama Jingura Jo Lazo Namla Jobza Jo Tanje Jum Den Den Namla Jobza Jo Tambe Jo Namla Jobza Jo Pabe Kendo Namla Jobza Jo Bawo Gandu Jo Zumenzo Page 7. Page 7.
All sentient beings equal to the ends of space take refuge in the nature of all the body's speech, minds, qualities, and activities, those thus gone in the 10 directions and 3 times. The wellspring of the 84,000 heaps of Dharma, the sovereign of all the noble Sanghas, the glorious and holy kind root and lineage gurus. We take refuge in the assembly of deities in the Yidam's mandala. We take refuge in the Buddha Bhagavans. We take refuge in the holy Dharmas. We take refuge in the noble Sanghas. We take refuge in the assembly of Viras, Dakinis, Dharma protectors and guardians, the wisdom mind. We take refuge in the glorious and holy kind root and lineage gurus. We take refuge in the assembly of deities in the Idam's mandala. We take refuge in the Buddha Bhagavans. We take refuge in the holy Dharmas. We take refuge in the noble Sanghas. We take refuge in the assembly of Viras, Dakinis, Dharma protectors, guardians with the wisdom.
Chanju Nyambo Jija Sanje Nala Jose Chudan Chanju Samba Tola Dejin Jose Chedra Ngoje Deje Chanju Dunen Jeva Chanju Sembe Lava Deda Remjin Nevarada Tejin Dola Bendo Chanju Semne Jeje Teje Dona Laba Lembra Jendo Lobra Jewo.
Till I reach the heart of awakening, I take refuge in the Buddhas all. In the Dharma and assembly of Bodhisattvas too, I take refuge. Just as all Sugatas of the past brought to birth a mind of awakening, and in each and every training of Bodhisattvas step by step did dwell. Just so for the benefit of beings, I too bring to birth awakened mind. And in each and every training thus, step by step I'll train myself like so. Till I reach the heart of awakening, I take refuge in the Buddha's all. In the Dharma and assembly of Bodhisattvas too, I take refuge. Just as all Sugatas of the past brought to birth the mind awakening, and in each and every training of Bodhisattvas step by step did dwell. Just so, for the benefit of beings, I too bring to birth awakened mind, and in each and every training class, step by step, I'll train myself like so.
Sanje Judan Zoje Jono Janjo Parado Dane Jose Bagre Jenzo Jimbe Sono Dola Bejere Sonjendu Parajo.
In the Buddha, Dharma, and Assembly, excellent. I take refuge till I come to full awakening. By the merit of my deeds like generosity, may I achieve Buddhahood for beings' benefit. In the Buddha, Dharma, and Assembly, excellent. I take refuge till I come to full awakening. By the merit of my deeds like generosity, may I achieve Buddhahood for beings' benefit.
Man nam ga da nya be sam je tam je de wa da de ve je den ba le ju re je dong ra da dong ra ge je da de wa le ju re je dong ra me be de wa da me de wa ju re je nye le ja da nye da de ve da jo la ne wa le ju re je.
May all mother sentient beings equal to space have happiness and the cause of happiness. May they be free of suffering and the cause of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness free of suffering. May they abide in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion to near and far. May all mother sentient beings equal to space have happiness and the cause of happiness. May they be free of suffering and the cause of suffering. May they not be separated from the happiness free of suffering. May they abide in equanimity, free of attachment and aversion to near.
Chandra Jaya Shaba Jisaya Ran Gurja Zurvaye Java Josana Dake Jesa Tam Jesu Bejan Jurje
By prostrating, offering, and confessing thus, by rejoicing, urging, supplicating too, any little virtue that I have amassed, all I dedicate for full awakening.
Okay, now
So she be.
the mandala text, longer mandala text, and Pala you can. This only in Tibet. Yeah, follow me. Okay, Paula, you can go there. So, yeah. No better, so those are my man, you can let a member, so I remember, so I remember. On another member, so was it the so what? Ah, Bhagavan, Sarvata, Independent Bhagavama, Samaya, On Benzara Rikya Che Jaran Koryoge Korve was Reye Jarbor Shalumabo Lord Tambale no Balajo Yartamenye Yadulu Dalumba Lord, my of Jen, not the Yodeta, Chanda, the Menya, the Menya, the Wise, and Boy, Awesome Jay, enjoy by Mama by Lodo. Color and boy, boy, Lumbar boje, lumbar boje, lumbar boje, dashboard boje, Power Boche, the Champagne Bomba, give one more, Karma, Medoma, Dogoma, Nazema, Tejama, Yema, Lava, Rinpoche, Dor, Sholenam, Yarve, Jara, Zenjel, Aname, Benjara, Puzo, Owa, Mazan, Meba, Shakma, Namara, Tapwandin, Umia, Parate, Lama, Kenya, Conjoy, Dananda, Ramboche, Joke, Shangma, Jimbo, Kajo, someone, Jure, Little Boy, Tujer, Robin, Chen Chen Lao Loi Sai Bo Ju Choi Chen Me Do Ro Re Ro Le Ye Nya Lo Yan Ba Ye San Ye Yen La Me De Bo Ye Do Nanda Yen Do Jo Ba Jo Ai Chang Zara Wa Dong Zhe Jie Xia Ba Ye Zi Ye Rang Gu Xian Zi Ba Ge Wai Zhong Zhe Da Ge Jie Za Dom Jie Zu Bei Chang Shu Jie Wo.
Hey, good morning, everyone, and Zoomers too. And welcome to Khenchen Rinpoche. Coming to White Lotus. For those who don't know, he was the first Tibetan Lama to come to our city in 1985. And he returned, I think it was in 86. I think it was 86. I can't remember for sure. He was translating for His Holiness Sri Chapin
It was twice.
twice. And then
87.
87,
Second is 94.
94, 94. And behind the scenes, he's had all sorts of, spiritual support for us from the get-go. When Gretchen and I first took empowerment with Khenchen, it was for Chenresig, Avalokiteshvara, Kanon. And at that point, we had not taken refuge in Tibetan Buddhism. Weren't even aware that we had any kind of connection to it. I guess that would kind of hit us over the head later. Something that was, not chosen really. And all of us are in the same situation. You can't be in this room without having a very special and fortunate karma. As we all know, sometimes the most important things that happen to us in life are not on our to-do list. But nonetheless, we're just exceedingly happy that Khenchen can return here. And I think he just recently turned 80. He recently was in Vietnam. He's been in Mongolia. He's all over Latin America. He's in Madison, Wisconsin. He's down in Frederick, Maryland. I mean, he travels assiduously, spreading the Dharma, and importantly, with his whole scriptural and realization transmissions. So we're just very, very happy that it worked out, that he could come again, and sort of, solidifying, if that's the wrong Buddhist word, this stream of blessings that waves over us. Stabilize, thank you. One dear Dharma friend once said to me something. She was married to a Lama, and she said, when you just get your issues, obstacles, hang-ups out of the way. You just allow the wisdom mind of the Lama to flow through your Dharma center. And we've been very fortunate here that that's been the situation, and so it continues. So, Khenchen, thank you so much for coming back. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank. I'm very pleased to visit here because by our Sangha Center, White Lotus, actually it's quite few years ago. Megan asked me to also to visit here. Then the time was not so kind of organized, it didn't come together. And then this last center's resident teacher, Kimbo came to medicine where I stay. He said, please visit us here. So I said, when time happens, I'd like to visit. So this time it just happened in the hot weather. Anyhow, I'm okay. Just relax your body and mind where we are. Just reflect, past is past. All like a dream. It's gone. It's not here. Just we got in here and all these things went, we just finish now. Future is not yet here. This moment is so momentary. Doesn't stay in one instant. Just escaping, just our life is very momentary. But we don't aware about this. Everybody in the world don't aware about this. But that's the reality nature. So therefore, when aging, we're getting sick, then we want to die, we don't want to die, this. Within this momentary nature, we live without realizing how our life is so momentary. We are holding something permanent. Even though we know one day we'll die, but we never plan to die now. We never plan to die tonight. We never plan to die tomorrow. We plan to stay next 4 or 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, 100 years, maybe, we plan so much. That is, our mind cannot capture the reality nature. We have not been such realistic. Not just only we are, everybody in the world. Doesn't matter what they believe or don't believe, rich or poor. Within this state, we all desire for peace and happiness. Everybody. even animals, insects, or it's just the innate nature. It's not a belief system. It's universal. Also, at the same time, we all desire to free from suffering. Well, everybody's making effort, working hard on this field, rich or poor, educated, uneducated. This is universal. It's not a culture of one country. No, it's not something, some religious belief. So see, that kind of peace and happiness doesn't come just by praying, by wishing. And the suffering as well doesn't go away just by wishing, praying. So because of that, everybody have to work hard, make effort. No, we are creating a cause. Everybody, business or politicians, science, the scientists, those who involved in the technologies, everybody is making effort according to their ability, not creating some cause. We know, because we need everybody knows that we have to create cause. But sometimes we create a wrong cause. Then we go into trouble. Just for example, like war, fighting war. So I beat my enemy, I kill them, then I'll be happy. I'm successful. But then the other side also, they also respond according to their ability. Then just only chaos, only suffering, because we're creating the wrong cause. You see. So everything functions within the dimension of the causality. That's very clear. But we need such an incisive mind, critical mind, to perceive this, to clear the causes and conditions, that which brings the real result, that what we desire for. So this, having said all these things, the Buddha's teaching that you are here, were involved, who introduced this teaching was Buddha Shakyamuni over 2,600 years ago. And first he was not Buddha. He was born in a rich family. He was called Siddhartha, See? And his father was a very successful man. So because of that, his father was so successful. They provided him all the opportunities that what he can do. Siddhartha, as a young child, and he got opportunity to go to school, learn all the educations that exist at that time. As well, he met many religious leaders, teachers. So he got enough education. And as mentioned, his father provided such a luxurious life as a prince. So he enjoyed that luxurious life. But he was not really indulged in that. He was also very conscious. Not just only thinking with himself, but he was looking to the other people in his country, visiting many places, farmers, fishermen, all the rich people, poor people. He's very conscious about these things. Sometimes he sits under a tree and contemplates about this all. He also sees things, young people, old people, those are sick, those who are dying. In his mind, he brings all this, looking to himself, because he was a young, very talented, educated. All the people in the country respect him. So, as a leader of the country, how I can provide those people what they need. Then when we see people who are sick and dying, how I can help these individuals. And also looking to himself, one day I will get sick like this person. One day I will get old like this old person. And one day I will die as well. How should I handle all these things? His view is not just small, confined, but unconfined mind, like space, looking everything, So it's not enough just indulge this life. So we say you get a good house, and you got some very nice things. It's a perfect life. We say it's not a perfect life. No, everything's changing. No. So I must do something more than this. It's not enough just staying in this palace. No. My father was such a gracious, kind, generous, giving me everything, but it's not enough. The more. So the luxurious life is not the solution for total freedom of the suffering. So I must try something. So as you know, then he renounced the kingdom and went another extreme, such a hardship, no food, no clothes, no shelter. No. So try this way, maybe there's a solution. Sometimes issues, I'm sure your issues. So the Buddha's painting skeleton, statues like this. Too extreme. But he achieved such a high samadhi, meditative state, like a space-like meditation. But still, it's not the solution. So being hardship is also not the solution. Now what? No. This world, if you go through this, he was experimenting, investigating, the solution of all the suffering. So then finally he left that lifestyle. This is not the solution to free from suffering. So first he introduced the middle way. Then he started eating food. Then now what we should do? Extreme luxurious life, not the solution. Extreme hardship is not the solution. Now what? So as measure, he reduced the middle way life. Means you appreciate what you have. See, rejoice what you have. There are some rich people, they don't know how to appreciate. Still they're poor. They have so much, but the mind is so poor. Still I don't have enough. I want more. If you own this whole planet, still you feel poor looking at another planet. So here, material means whatever you are rich or poor, you appreciate, you practice how to content yourself, contentment. That's why in the Najuna's letters written there, the contentment is the excellent wealth. The Buddha told that. So if you know how to get content, if you maybe have no material wealth, but you are rich, you're wealthy, so contentment itself is the wealth. It's also very important for our life. That will give us some joy in the mind. Otherwise, even you're a millionaire, you're a billionaire, still you feel so poor, So what's life for, So we have to first learn how to achieve how to appreciate, how to content ourselves. So then he was investigating Siddhartha. Still that time he was Siddhartha. Then he realized the mind. It's the mind that you want to be so rich. You want to enjoy all this wealth, but still you are not satisfied. And you go through such hardship. In that way, it's also the mind. The mind is so complex. So he was not everybody has a mind, but you don't know your mind. What you think next. You're thinking best for yourself, but sometimes due to lack of the wisdom, we destroy our happiness by ourselves. So now I have to understand the mind. Finally, he got that. So now how to realize the mind, how to deal with the reality that the mind. Because you cannot see from the eyes, you cannot touch the mind by the physical things. Mind is such, unpenetrable. He realized the three conditions are so crucial. First, Shila. Everyone knows Shila? Oh, what is Shila? What's Shila? You don't know? No, Shila. Yeah. No. Oh. You speak so good Tibetan, elegant. Shila is moral ethics. Means not some morality great, discipline great. It's not that. Here in Buddhist, in the Buddhist, or what Buddha says, Shila is avoiding all the cause of suffering, physically, mentally, and bringing all the cause for peace and happiness. Okay, so that's what this is. It's not something Buddha created. So first, Shiva is very important. It's called moral ethics. That helps to organize your mind. When the mind is totally scattered, distracted, then you have no focus. Like nowadays, we have these technologies cause us so much distraction. Look at your smartphone, one after another, endless. All of these social medias, all this way. Mind is restless, no focus, and just chasing. They will tell you this is good for this is good for you. You have to have this, you have to have this. You'll be so happy if you have these things. Wow, this, And then you are physically exhausted, mentally exhausted, and then a lot of people depressed. I hear some people nowadays, all the young people are so depressed and suicidal, you see, because there's no real good system that is taught. You introduce everything to the society. Once you have that Shila, good Shila as a foundation, then this is a possibility to have a samadhi. What is samadhi now? Samadhi, the equipoise is meditative concentration of mind for well organized, relaxed, very calm, peaceful. When these two come together, Shila as the foundation. On the basis of the good foundation, you establish this known the organization of the samadhi, like a mountain established. Then the mind will have such great clarity, very clear, precise, calm, prana, special insight. Okay. So he realized these three conditions are so called indispensable, okay, without which you cannot capture your mind. So you have to say, so through this he got that kind of confidence, and full confidence on this, and there's no other choice. It's not a religious training, it is something cause that needed to reveal the total nature of everything. So with that unflinching devotion on the cause to reveal that. So then, he went to Bodh Gaya. I'm sure many of you went there. He sat under the Bodh tree. Even my body disintegrates pieces. I fully pledge to reveal the mind. Until then, I will never move from this seat. See? So because of that unwavering mind, total concentration, then you realize, see. They dawn in the morning. He captured, he revealed total nature of the mind. You see, the mind is everything. These all things are reflection of the mind. Directly and indirectly product of the mind. Like you see the city, you go to city, so big building, so who created this? By mind. Just look and see, now they were talking so much about the global warming, the environment. This would not exist maybe 60 years ago so much, But now they talk about so much global warming. Who created this? the beings who are in that place, we coordinated. That's called individual question, individual mind, collective mind. So it's everybody contributed that. See. So that time says, now I'm enlightened. So Buddha means enlightened mind. Buddha is a Sanskrit word, awakened mind. I am awakened from the darkness of the ignorance, confusion. That the mind is so profound and it's total peace. Mind itself is peace. That's why we all appreciate when there's peace, you see. It's not a religious belief. It's everybody's interest. When you're so tired, exhausted, when you get a little bit, few minutes rest, you feel so good. But it shows the nature of the mind is total peace. That's what we call everybody has Buddha nature. And it's totally what we call free from all elaboration. There's no, like outer space. It's called mind is inner space, outer space. Have anybody found the end of this space? You'll not find. You see, as the outer space has no end, our inner mind has no end. Yes, we talk so much about, I'm sure you have so much received the Dzogchen teachings, Mahamudra teachings, all this emptiness, talking about all this, Mind is empty, but it's beyond empty and not empty. It's luminosity, means clear, has a conscious, because there's there are two wisdoms. Wisdom knowing as it is, and wisdom knowing everything. Knowing everything means not just mere empty, it shows. If it's just mere empty, how you can say knowing everything? So there's all manifestations that within, in, outside, everything manifests from emptiness, dissolve into emptiness. So it means there's no separation. So that's the power of the mind. And that mind is uncompounded. Nobody has created it. See? It's within you, within everybody's. See? So that's it. This is the unafflicted ambrosia. You can ask. But as we ordinarily have not revealed that, it's under the control of the adventitious obscurations. All our mental obscurations, mental afflictions, we are under the control of that without realizing who we are. And we suffer without any purpose under this delusion. And then mind becomes more kind of gross. Yes, mental afflictions. more technologies are manifested, and the mind is becoming more that kind of as you can see. Nowadays, scientists, they are working hard to, the scientists, they work hard to investigate. Oh, they are working through the empirical method. Empirically, how everything exists, what you can find. So that, they create a lot of robots, isn't it? Then they try to say, making effort from the robots, maybe they can talk as a human being, they can do as a human being. So now the artificial intelligence, AI, AI, isn't it? Becoming a big deal in nowadays, But it will be very difficult to create consciousness as we have. You can create these physical things, like robots like this, But within the robot, the consciousness will be difficult to produce. But scientists, they're working hard on this, you see. So there are two things, the bamboo matter, what matters, bamboo. Shava, consciousness. You see, there's two different consciousness and matter. All the matters are product of the consciousness. Yeah. Just the really nature of this table itself is nothing but collection of a lot of dust particles, isn't it? Oh, dust particle put together. We're perceiving something real. It's not real. So this is not a Buddhism. It is a reality nature of the phenomena. So Buddha who realized this, so then to that boost of the Buddha got, to this he's working hard for 6 years, Siddhartha, finally he revealed that nature. So then he said, I'm fully awakened. Then from there he was called Buddha. So Buddha is not a statue, not a painting. Buddha is the mind who's fully awakened. Anybody here, if your mind is fully awakened, you are Buddha. You don't have to have a Buddha statue, like Milarepa. He was fully awakened. But he was all just wearing a ragged cloth, So anybody can become Buddha. Because everybody has Buddha nature. But we need all those causes and conditions. Makes sense? So this kind of wisdom is very important to, to let all the people in the world. See, since the mind is so complex, and as I mentioned, we are perceiving this table as a real. I can touch, I can hold on. So this is my table. Nobody can touch this. I'm grasping this on this table. If somebody's taking away, I will fight for this table. But in reality, it's just a heap of dust particle. And that dust particle, if you investigate more through the quantum physics theory, then you find empty. You see? And that's reality. But our mind is grasping on this, you see. So as long as we are grasping, the suffering is there. So look at these things, you see. So Buddha, who has that kind of great wisdom, at the same time, then such a great compassion is developed there. All the sentient beings in the world, including, as mentioned, animals, insects, birds, sea mammals, everyone desires for peace and happiness. No one desires for suffering. Just from the innate of the mind, naturally, but through this delusion, that, well, they are wanting peace and happiness, they destroy the cause for peace and happiness as if they were enemies. All desire to free from suffering, but they chase the cause of suffering. How stupid we are. How deluded we are. So that's why he taught the Dharma teachings. He didn't teach first everything is like Mahmud, you know. First you have to understand what is suffering, that what you don't want. So he taught the Four Noble Truths, you see. Introduced the Four Noble Truths, everybody knows that, you know. Suffering that you don't know, or suffering that you don't want. So first you understand what is suffering. There are many layers of suffering, you see. What we don't want suffering is the suffering. Physical, mental pain that we have, we don't want that. We don't know next the suffering will change. We are indulged in the suffering will change. We're chasing the suffering, especially that is because the suffering will change. We don't know that is the suffering. It's a temporary peace and happiness. Like you see, this example, moth, butterfly moth. When you light a candle here, the moth will perceive such a beautiful place to be. No matter how much you try to protect from this, just try everything, risk life and jump in there, without realizing there's a suffering. So we are like that. Everywhere you see. Doesn't matter what lifestyle you have, what religion you believe, educated or uneducated, rich or poor, we're all in that, we just jump after the cause of suffering. There's also examples, the fish, the hook on the fish, you put some insect, some piece of meat, you throw in the water, and the fish, without realizing there's a danger, jump in, and the fisherman caught the fish there. So like that. All the business advertisement you see, they advertise you. And you say, oh, that looks so good, You see, without realizing there's a cause of suffering, you jump into that, and you are caught in the suffering. all the samsaric, all these advertisements. I'm not saying they are bad, okay, but how realistically, how we are. So we have to have our own wisdom. So please don't misunderstand, that Buddha said, there's just suffering, no suffering, and suffering, no change. So this is all suffering, no change, you see. Then, third, there's the suffering of condition, or basic suffering. It's called. Perhaps skanda. What's perhaps skanda? Five skanda. Huh? Five. Purna. Five, everybody knows? Five, not everybody. Oh, so you are not educated in well. Five aggregates. This party, what we have now, we're sitting here, I'm here sitting here, I have the aggregate, Pumbo, Tibetan called Pumbo. Here, it is roughly five. First, this body I have, you can see me, you can hear, you can smell, you can taste. But see, first called form, that you can see all this, see, hear, smell, all the form. Then next is called feeling. If when I see things, hear sound, I have a feeling I like or don't like, or neutral. Then third is called perception. I perceive big, small, good, bad, all this perception. Fourth, formation. I have all the mental thoughts, mental activities. Duje in Tibetan. Duje is mental formation. All the mental factors. The fifth is called consciousness. So we have five consciousness. Eye consciousness, ear consciousness, nose consciousness, tongue consciousness, physical consciousness, five, and the mental consciousness, the six consciousnesses. Yeah. So these five is called five aggregates, five skandha. Please, it's a very important. Yeah. When you look at imagine those who are like millionaires, all those mad. Something for this one. I'm not saying bad estimation, I'm just saying this is bad, okay? But understand realistically, as a Dharma practitioner, we have to have this understanding. Because Dharma means wisdom. It's chanting mantra is not enough. It's good, but not enough. Sometimes you say, oh, this chant, this mantra is so powerful, then everything will be accomplished, this is maybe not totally complete, If that is the case, Buddha just Buddha say you chant this mantra, Buddha doesn't have to teach all these things, You see, he taught for 45 years. You can see how many sutras there, taught. And after Buddha, how many great teachers came, Nagarjuna, Sanghas, almost, how many commentaries they wrote? Why they need to write? Look at the mirror, only even just mirror rappers. Look, read these 100,000 songs, all those teachings to our understanding, study, contemplate, meditate on, So look at these things, you see. Maybe we cannot study everything, but we have to understand what we're practicing. What it makes sense, what does not make sense. So therefore, first, when you study, practice Dharma teachings, first the teacher will encourage you, cultivate the mind to achieve Buddhahood for the benefit of all such beings. As you have read this, begin open prayers. After Buddha Dhamma to free all sentient beings from samsara, to achieve all sentient beings enlightenment, you see. To establishing the mind, our total goal, what we're practicing Dharma, is unlike a lot of something business. Our goal is to achieve the ultimate state where the total, nothing but only peace, happiness, freedom of all suffering. That's the where we're studying practice Dharma. Sometimes people think, oh, I cannot do that, But you work so hard for this life. You're sacrificing everything for this life. As mentioned at the end, that you cannot carry anything for next life. So this body is to borrow. Just borrow this body. It's not belong to us. Because the time that you have to leave behind, you have to your mind, consciousness, also next. No matter how much you cherish this body,